Hello and welcome to FPL Mate, your best mate for fantasy Premier League content for the 2021-22 season. My name is Dan and welcome to a Game Week 18 team selection video in the most disasterful, crazy week, the blank game week that's basically come out of nowhere. We're all panicking a little bit. A lot of us don't have full squads. I don't know how you guys are dealing with it, but I'm going to try and share some words on how I'm going to personally be dealing with it and navigating this blank game week with the hope of continuing to excel in FPL. Fingers crossed. Anyway, guys, so yeah, if you do like this video, please do leave a like on the video, and please do subscribe as well if you're new around here. Massively appreciated. But yeah, let's get on with it. Now this week we're talking a lot about safe picks and avoiding risk. So if you're looking for an expert in web safety and anonymity, today's video is sponsored by Surfshark, a VPN service that keeps your identity safe from online hackers and scammers. It's basically like installing an Aaron Ramsdale to your PC or mobile phone. But not only this, Surfshark allows you to browse the internet as if you were in a different country. If you don't have access to certain football channels and networks in your country, no problem. Set your location to somewhere else using Surfshark and you can now access it. Maybe you want to watch Match of the Day or Sky Go from abroad, it's not working, or you're getting that annoying "this content is unavailable in your country" message. Again, switch up your country to somewhere else. But here's my favorite feature. If you've watched everything on Netflix and want to unlock the content from USA Netflix, for example, you want to catch up on the Christmas films from all around the world, switch up your country again and you can gain access to everything from any other country. Protect your identity, be safe online, and access web content from around the world wherever you are. And right now you can get 83% off and an extra 4 months for free as part of this Christmas special deal. All you need to do is use promo code FPLMate, all one word, to get this offer, or you can simply click the link in my description. It really helps support the channel and you get a great service for a heavily discounted price. And if you don't like it for whatever reason, there's also a 30-day money back guarantee, so everyone wins. Go check it out. Right, so first of all, let's have a look at my scores from last game week 17. It was a green arrow, a 5-place green arrow. I've gone from rank 370th to 365th, so I've got up 5 places. I know it's a very small green arrow, but it's still a green arrow. And you know what? Considering how much of a disaster last game week was for me personally, anyway, you know, I will absolutely take this score. You know, even if I dropped down to like 400th or 500th, I would have been happy with that as well, to be honest, just to survive this game week. Because you guys know that the two transfers, the two players I brought in for a -4 last game week were Sterling and Dennis. Of course, Sterling, for the first time in five games, didn't start for Man City, and Dennis, his game got cancelled pretty much at the last minute. We also had the problem with Madison, James Madison. His game got cancelled at the last minute as well. So I actually ended up only being able to field 10 players, and I took a -4 for 2 players that didn't even play. So real, you know, I mean, it's in a way it's bad luck, but at the same time, you know, I got the points from Broja off the bench. You know, I mean, I did kind of say before, when I was making this team in the first place, is guys, I want to boost the bench. I want to make sure my bench is better, it's stronger, so I can cover myself in the situation where games are cancelled. That's exactly what we did. We bolster the bench, and as such, we had the bench to cover it at the end of the day. But still, it feels a little bit of a sting that I couldn't play. You know, my big differentials that I've been bringing in, Sterling, Madison, couldn't even play. That's really not ideal, but it's okay. We have survived the game week 17. We did okay. We got some good scores across the board. You know, Broja in particular, absolutely phenomenal. But are we going to be able to do this again, basically? Because I survived that one. Can I survive game week 18? Guys, let's find out. Let me show you what I've got in store. So we've got 1 free transfer, 104.7 million team value, 0.8 million in the bank. What I will say, guys, is I'm going to put some players on the pitch. I'm basically going to put in all the players who I have available to play. And then I'm going to add the last players in the team. I'm just going to add the players who I am most willing to sacrifice. So my players who actually have a game, and then the rest of the team, you know, because there's going to be players who don't even have a game in my team, are the ones I'm going to put on pitch, are the ones who I don't mind selling. So that's where we can kind of make the discussion of who I should sell and replace with players who actually do kind of play. So yeah, I'm sure you get it by now. Let's get on with it. Let's put Aaron Ramsdale in goal, because who else are we going to put in goal? You know, absolute legend of the game. I saw a stat that he's actually performing better than Emi Martinez did last season in terms of FPL points, and that is just phenomenal. You know, only Alisson and Edison have more clean sheets than him this season. It's absolutely crazy, and he makes so many saves. He didn't against West Ham, to be fair, but he makes so many saves that he just gets so many points. And Leeds have so many injuries right now, not even COVID related, it's just injury related. Leeds, it's quite crazy. So they're in real trouble, Leeds. All of their attackers are, you know, they're not ready to go. Bamford, Rodrigo, even like Dan James. So many injuries at their club right now, so they're in big trouble, and I think this is going to, well, in theory, it should be a very easy win for Arsenal. It really should. We'll move on into defence. We've got Trent Alexander-Arnold, one of the heroes of last game week, wasn't he? But the only problem is that everyone seems to have him, so even when he does well, you can't really gain rank. But again, amazing performance from Trent Alexander-Arnold. Tottenham this game week. How's that going to go? What kind of shape are Tottenham in? I don't know. You know, you would potentially think that there's still a few players not quite ready to play, you know, because they're just returning to training after their COVID and stuff like that. Yeah, I really have no idea what kind of shape Tottenham are going to be in. I don't think they'll be in tip-top shape, though, if I'm honest. And you know, the form that Liverpool continue to show, particularly their goal-scoring form, you would say, in theory, that this is going to be another pretty easy game for them to win. But I don't know. It's a bit of a mystery. Can Trent keep a clean sheet? Not sure. Maybe. I don't know. Who's available in terms of the Spurs attack? I'm sure we'll find out very soon, guys, but for now, I'm pretty confident that Trent is going to get us some points. And we've got Cancelo next against Newcastle. Phenomenal fixture. Really looking forward to this one. We know how good Man City are. We saw them blast away Leeds United last game week. You know, if only I had my Sterling to get involved in some of those goals, but never mind. We have got Newcastle next, though. Equally good fixture for Man City to go ahead and attack. So really think it's going to be incredible. Cancelo, like I kind of said last week, I was so happy to hold Cancelo because I basically got a situation where Cancelo was guaranteed a rest that game week, and now he's had his rest. You know, we know whenever Cancelo's available, he's going to play. Maybe he'll very occasionally get rest. He's had that now, so he is going to be playing probably every single game now for the rest of the season, for God's sake. He could be playing so many games from here on. And yeah, I'm really confident that he's going to be playing against Newcastle, Leicester, Brentford over the next three, which is exactly what we want. Newcastle, this is going to be a good game for Cancelo. I can't see City keeping, you know, letting in any goals in this game, to be honest. They should, in theory, keep a nice clean sheet. And with Cancelo, we know he's going to be pushing up the pitch. He takes loads of shots. I know he's been pretty good for assists this season, but could he potentially get his get a goal finally this season? That would be really awesome, and I think it could genuinely happen with his you know, his shooting output. We've got Rhys James here. A little bit of a resurgence maybe for Rhys James. You know, we saw him get an assist and 3 bonus points, I think it was, in the end last game week. So absolutely incredible to see James finally delivering again. You know, it was 4 game weeks of 0 and 1 pointers, right? And now he's finally getting back on the score sheet. So really nice. Last game week, he's going to be back involved. You saw in that game, guys, he was, you know, he could have had a goal. He could have had more assists. He could have had so many points in that game. And that's what he's all about. Now, Wolves are not exactly an easy fixture when it comes to attack. I don't doubt that Chelsea could get a goal here, and James is often the 4th most attacking player on the pitch for Chelsea. But you know, what we're really looking for here is clean sheets, and Wolves are not very good at scoring goals. They've you know, scored like 2 goals in the last 5 games or something ridiculous like that. They're just really not scoring goals at all. And even though Chelsea have been conceding a little bit recently, this is Wolves, man. Like, come on, surely they can keep a clean sheet here. If you're going to keep a clean sheet anywhere, then it should really be against literally one of the worst attacks in the league right now. So yeah, that's all I'm going to say on that one. We have got Alonso to pair with him, who snuck a nice clean sheet last game week after he was subbed off. That was pretty lucky from me, to be honest. But yeah, we go again. Like I say, double Chelsea defense. You know, recently I've been kind of a little bit worried about this, but in a situation where well, there's not even very many players available to play, you kind of do take what you get to a degree. But also, you know, it kind of forces you to think a bit more positively. Before, you know, oh, double Chelsea defense, I don't want that. But now it's kind of like, well, you know what? It's better to have double Chelsea defence than have a load of players who aren't even playing. You know, we're kind of lucky in a way that we have players. So, yeah, I'm kind of thinking about it like that. Wolves, it could be a far worse fixture. Like I said, Wolves attack, not that great. And although it's kind of risky to have, you know, to be doubled up on the Chelsea defence, if I get a clean sheet from both of them, then that's going to be amazing. And I'll be really happy with that. So, yeah, I'm going to try and be positive about that. It's not something I want long term, really, but for now, you know, like I say, right now we just take what we can get, and we don't get upset. Finally, I'm going to put Gillante in the defence because he is one of the players who I would be willing to sacrifice if I had to this game week. So I'm really conscious that I don't want to sell players that I really desperately want for the long term. I think I could live without Lamptey, to be honest. So I've put him there as a potential player we might transfer out. So there we go. Let's move on into midfield. We've got Mo Salah again against Spurs. What kind of Spurs is going to turn up? Don't know. What I can tell you is that Salah is an absolute machine. So yeah, another goal in the midweek fixtures. Can he do it again at the weekend? Why not? Why not? I don't see why not. He's on absolute fire, and we need to get as much out of him as possible before AFCON. Assuming AFCON goes ahead, so many rumours and flip-flopping around what's going on with AFCON, but assuming it still goes ahead, we want to get the most output possible from Salah, because after that we're going to probably be in a little bit of we're going to have to think about captains for the first time in months, which is in a way it's been kind of relaxing not having to think about captains for so long, but still, it's going to be certainly exciting when he goes off, won't it? But for now, come on, let's get some goals against Tottenham. You know, it's not the best fixture in their next run. You know, we've got Leeds, Leicester up soon, Chelsea, not such a great fixture, but Spurs. I'm just hoping the Spurs are just kind of weakened and Liverpool can just go over and steamroll them. But before we talk about our other Liverpool asset, we have got Raheem Sterling, our purchase from last game week. Now, it was a disaster. Don't get me wrong, guys. I'm not even going to lie about it. It was in hindsight. You know, hindsight's a wonderful thing, but it was a disaster transfer. It didn't work out. You know, I don't want to say it's the wrong transfer because, I mean, who was to know if he would start or not? And if he did start, you know that he would have got a 10-pointer plus in that game, but he didn't. But I think that's a really good sign that he's going to be starting this game. Sterling has genuinely been, and some of you guys might disagree with me, but I think he's genuinely been one of Man City's key players over the last, you know, maybe month or so, you know, since he's come back into the team anyway, whether that's been in the Premier League or the Champions League. Sterling's just playing really well. I know Bernardo Silva has been taking all the headlines, Cancelo as well, but Sterling, I just think he's been really good. I think he's been playing really well, and I was impressed, and I don't think he's going to be frozen out of the team permanently. Now, who is going to be who's going to be dropped against this Newcastle team? I don't know. There could be big rotations. You know, we've got multiple games in a short space of time. Although Pep has been rotating less, he has been rotating between the weekend games and the midweek games. He has been doing a bit of the rotation in that sense. So I do still expect a little bit of rotation in this City team, and honestly, if Sterling starts against Newcastle, that could be phenomenal, and I really don't see why he wouldn't. And if he doesn't, then I don't know. He must have. I don't know. Sterling must have slept with Pep Guardiola's daughter or something, because you know that would be terrible. So yeah, I don't actually know if Pep Guardiola even has a daughter or a wife. I don't know. Sterling maybe slept with his wife. I don't know. So, yeah, if he doesn't start in this Newcastle game, this Leicester game, then, yeah. Okay, then we will step back and say, okay, we are in big trouble here. We are in big trouble. But for now, I'm pretty confident that Sterling is going to play. I think Mahrez will probably be the player to drop out of that Man City attack, if I'm honest. So let's see what happens there. And then we've got Jota, Tottenham away again. Mystery fixture. Don't know how this is going to go out. Typically, Jota's not very good at Spurs. And, you know, before all of the fixtures were cancelled, I was kind of looking at my team thinking, oh, you know what? I could potentially bench Jota here. You know, I've got so many good players. Everything's going to be awesome. I'll just bench Jota maybe. You know, I could bench him, or I could bench him, or I could bench him. And I was thinking, oh, yeah, all good. Now we're in a situation where I absolutely have to play Jota because I don't have enough players. And I'm sure a lot of you guys don't have enough players either. So absolute craziness. So we are going to change our mind. We are going to say, we're going to be very positive about Jota. We're going to say, Jota, he needs to have a good performance against Spurs. He needs a good performance against Spurs, and that's exactly what he is going to do. Come on, Jota, let's get it. Yeah, no, goal last week. Yeah, again, always getting plenty of goal-scoring opportunities, you know, playing well, doing exactly what we want him to do, which is picking up Liverpool, getting involved in those Liverpool goals for a much cheaper price than a Salah and a Mane. Ticking along very nicely. Absolutely love it. And we're going to finish off the midfield with a player who's not playing, James Madison. So, yeah, again, James Madison, although I've been really excited to own him, I really wanted him for that Spurs fixture. I really wanted for him for this fixture, which was meant to be Everton this game week, I believe. I really wanted him for that fixture as well. So it's kind of annoying. Like I brought in a player with the plan of having him for these fixtures, and you know it was a good differential, I feel, and it's gone out the window, which kind of sucks. It kind of sucks because after what was meant to be this game, Madison's actually got a couple of tough fixtures against Man City and Liverpool. There's a couple of good fixtures after that, Norwich, and then I think it's Burnley after that, and then it goes to bad fixtures again. So it kind of seems, if you look over the next 10 game weeks, including this blank, there's not really too many good fixtures for Leicester, really, to be honest. And, you know, now we've got blank. That means we've got blank and then 2 horrible fixtures in a row. So, in essence, 3 terrible fixtures. So, that, to me, tells me that, you know, although I like Madison, although I want Madison in my team, I also want a Madison in form. And if he's missing 2 games in a row and then playing 2 difficult games, it's going to be very easy for that form and that confidence to dip. So, for that reason, I would, again, be willing to sacrifice Madison. And then we're going to go up front with another player I'd be willing to sacrifice, because guess what, guys? We only, as things stand, have 8 players available for this game week. It's not ideal. It's not ideal, but it is what it is. And that is Antonio. And Antonio, you know, blanks this game week again. He has phenomenal fixtures. He has terrible underlying stats. He's not performing in the way he did at the beginning of the season. His role in the team is very different. He's not even, really that much of a striker, really. It's hard to call him a striker, if we're completely honest. But he does have those good fixtures after the blank. So it's kind of a situation whereby we've been waiting and waiting and waiting. Antonio is playing against Norwich soon. We've got to keep Antonio for the Norwich fixture. Now the Norwich fixture has been cancelled. Antonio is a very easy sell in many ways. I mean, maybe you guys are tempted to keep him, but I'm very tempted to lose him. I'm very tempted to lose him. I know the fixtures are good after, but is he even going to be the one getting involved? I mean, I think Bowen is going to be the player who really stars in these easy fixtures, if I'm honest, not Antonio. I mean, maybe Antonio can contribute as well, but I don't know, guys. Now the Norwich fixture is gone, we've got a guaranteed blank. It makes it a really easy reason to transfer to a really nice, safe option like Watkins, for example, who we know is, well, we will know if he's actually got his fixture is going to go ahead. Because remember, guys, any of the players that I have on the pitch right now, things can change. Things can change. I mean, we could make our transfers. Everything could be going great, and then suddenly, you know, the Chelsea game is called off or something like that. I mean, unlikely as it is, you know, it's possible. So, you know, maybe I just want safe players in my team. That's what I've been talking about a lot this game week. I wanted safe players. And here's the bench, guys. The bench, guys, has got Bowen, Dennis, and Broja on, and Foster as well. But yeah, you know, Bowen, Dennis, and Broja, 3 players who I am unwilling to sell. I'm taking a hardline approach. I don't care if I have to field 3 players. I would rather field 3 players than sell these guys. I'm telling you, I really want these guys for the long term. You know, they're part of my long-term plan. I'm not going to ruin the long-term plan, long-term strategy because of a blank game week, right? So you're looking at this team, guys, you're probably thinking, oh, this is not an ideal situation. Dan, what are you going to do? Are you going to free hit? Are you going to free hit this team? The answer is no, I'm not going to free hit this team, because honestly, I feel like that because of so many games have been cancelled, that means we're going to get a lot of double game weeks in the future. And if we've got a lot of double game weeks in the future, or some really good double game weeks, we're going to potentially want to use our chips then. Imagine, guys, using your free hit and bringing in 11 players, or at least 11 starting players that all play 2 games each. You will basically have a team of 22 players, a starting 11 of 22 players. 24 players if you count the captain as well. So that is, you know, so beneficial to have that 24-man squad, or what will be a 24-man squad with the free hit. You know, this game week, you know, we've got an 8-man squad. you know, we can get that to a 9-man squad with a transfer. So, you know, nine players now, or do I want 11 players right now, or do I want 22 players in the future, and just accept that I only have 9 players now? I honestly do believe, guys, a lot of people will waste their free hit and will really regret it later. I'm not trying to put you guys off. If you've only got, you know, 5 or 6 players available, then there's a kind of different situation. But I can get to 9 playing players with just 1 free transfer. I can get to 10 playing players with a -4, and that would be enough. I really believe that would be enough. Guys, if you've got 8 or 9 players playing this game week, as long as they're good players, like players who actually really like, and the players I have got, I do like, you know, that's going to be really beneficial. I think that's going to be enough. I think that's going to be enough. I don't think we want to be ripping up our teams too much or sacrificing long-term strategy just because we got a couple of blanks. If it was a lot of blanks, fine, but 2 blanks in a team, you know, like if you look through this team anyway, guys, the big hitters are all playing. Salah's playing. Sterling, Jota, Trent, Cancelo, you know, Rhys James. These are my big hitting players anyway. The only players who aren't playing are, you know, the more budget options who very frequently just get a 2-pointer anyway. So not that much of a big deal. You know, if you think about it like that, it's not that much of a big deal. What am I if I play with 9 players and the 2 players I wasn't playing were only going to get 2 pointers anyway, I'm only down 4 points, which is nothing in the grand scheme of things when you think about how many points you can gain by doing things like free hitting on a double game week. You can get so many points by you know, by free hitting on a double game week. So that's all I'm going to say on free hits, guys. It might apply to you, it might not apply to you. You might agree with me, you might not. Absolutely fine either way. I'm just telling you where I'm at personally. There will be no free hit from me. I will not be touching the free hit. I think I can fix this with 1 or 2 transfers. Now, I spoke about the players that I was willing to sacrifice. What kind of players would I want to be bringing in? Well, if I was to sacrifice Antonio, I would probably go for Watkins, as I say. I think that's just a sensible option. I know I'm not usually a sensible guy, but yeah, I think that would be the sensible option. But that's not what I'm going to do. There's one transfer I want to make. I'm pretty sure I'm going to make. But there might be a second. There might be a second. I might take the -4 to do this. So let me show you guys what I want to be doing over, well, for this game week. So this is the -4 that I will potentially take. I will at least do the first transfer. I might do the second transfer. We'll see closer to the deadline. But here it is. It is Madison and Lamptey out, and Emil Smith-Rowe and Tomiyasu in. Takahiro Tomiyasu in. So the Arsenal boys are coming in. Now this is a transfer move. I'd only make these transfer moves if I genuinely feel like I'd be improving my team. Now I want an Arsenal attacker. I really want an Arsenal attacker. Leeds have so many injury problems, suspension problems as well. It's not even COVID related, so they can't exactly. Leeds can't say, "Oh, we can't play." We've got a bunch of COVID in our squad. They don't. So this game really should go ahead. We're strongly suspecting it will go ahead. And if it doesn't, we will probably know by the time deadline comes around. And then I just won't make these transfers. So that would be fine. So yeah, that's quite one of the reasons why I quite like these transfers. Leeds, like I said, they've got such a poor squad right now. I feel like an Arsenal attacker is really going to do you really well in this fixture. And in terms of Arsenal attackers, why go for anyone else other than Emil Smith-Rowe? Top goal scorer at the club this season, 3rd for assists as well, on the form of his life, you know, and he's coming back into the team, and he should be fairly nailed now. He's come back from injury. He should be nailed to play every game. And then we've got Norwich next as well after that. So actually 2 really nice fixtures in a row where you would imagine that Arsenal could score a few goals. Now, a few people are a little bit worried about Norwich with the COVID and stuff, the COVID at Norwich right now. Maybe that game will get cancelled. I mean, potentially, maybe, but the Norwich game is not for 8 days after the Leeds game. So there's a big, a fairly big gap between the Leeds and the Norwich game. So, although Norwich have cancelled their fixture for game week 18, they've got 8 days before their game week 19 fixture, which should, I don't know, maybe be enough to get things back in order. You would hope so, anyway. So yeah, I'm happy with that. Arsenal, I'm not worried about COVID at all because they are hot on their COVID protocols. They're doing really good things at the club there. So yeah, there you go. Tomiyasu, love him because of these amazing defensive fixtures. Leeds and Norwich. And Wolves, to be fair, 3 clean sheets. That should, in theory, be 3 clean sheets. And if not, it's going to be a bit of bad luck. Leeds' attack, they have basically no attackers left. Their attack is shot to bits. So many injuries there. So really good fixture. Norwich, they don't really have good attack at the best of times. And we've already spoken about Wolves and their attack. Really, really poor. So 3 potential clean sheets here and a good, really cheap option. He's only 4.7 million. So, you know, same with Smith Rowe, to be honest. 2 really, really cheap options, which is exactly what I'm going for. I'm trying to boost the bench, like get a good bench going with some nice, cheap bench options. So that's what we're trying to do. And we've actually gained money in the bank from doing these 2 transfer moves as well. So it's not all bad. We've got 2 players with phenomenal fixtures. Absolutely phenomenal fixtures. Maybe it's not ideal to be doubling up or tripling up on teams. I don't really recommend a triple up on a team. But then again, I try and keep the goalkeeper as a separate conversation from the main team. So I don't really consider this a triple up, to be honest. I consider it more of a double up. And I don't know. That's just kind of how my head works. I try and keep the goalkeeper in a very separate conversation to my outfield players when it comes to selecting a fantasy team. Yeah. But anyway. That is the kind of situation that we're dealing with. We've got Emil Smith-Rowe and Tomiyasu potentially to come in. And I think, you know, even though it's a -4, Tomiyasu, I think, is going to get a clean sheet at the minimum. He takes shots and gets assists as well and has basically no competition for his place at right back. So, yeah, really, really good pick there, I think. A really good safe pick. Who's going to play every game, and he's doing really well. Tomiyasu, I've been really impressed. He's doing really well, and he's getting up there. He's getting he's performing attacking actions, and he's getting a few bonus points as well. So yeah, I think he could be a really good one to go for. And yeah, Emil Smith-Rowe. We all know about how good he is. Quickly on captains, guys. As tempted as I am to captain Sterling, I'm not going to do it. I am going to captain Salah, and we'll put the vice captain on Sterling though. I would love to captain Sterling. I really, don't get me wrong, guys. I would love to do it. If it wasn't my team, if I was getting, you know, if I could take control of someone else's team just for fun for 1 week, I would do like a fun Sterling captain. But this is my own team. I've got to be sensible to a degree, right? I'm already crazy enough with some of my transfers. So we're going to stick with Salah as the captain, Sterling vice captain. And you guys can't change my mind on that. You probably could, but don't. Please don't. I really want to captain Salah. Please don't make me captain Sterling. But there we go, guys. That's the team. Hopefully that's going to be pretty good. You know, 10 players, -4 taken, but, you know, it's a -4 that should pay back immediately, pay off immediately, so should be fine, in theory. And, yeah, I like it. That's the team. There we go. So hopefully, guys, that is going to be a Game Week 18 disaster averted with those transfers. I'm not too worried. I'm genuinely not too worried. You know, we're all in the same boat here. Everyone's in the same situation. Whether you know, even people with, you know, maybe they've got 11 players. Yeah, fair enough. But, you know, if you can get to 9 players or 10 players, that's really not that much of a difference between, you know, that and 11 players. So honestly, don't be too downbeat. I really do not think this is the end of the world at all. And things will get better soon. Let's just make sure we concentrate on making sure our bench is really strong. We're all going to be fine. We're all in the same boat. We're going to get through this together. It's going to be fine. Honestly, I'm not worried, and I don't think you guys should be either. Of course, guys, if you did enjoy the video today, please do leave a like. That would be massively appreciated. Please do subscribe as well. We will be doing a deadline stream. What time's the deadline? 1:30 PM is the deadline in the UK. So 12:30 PM UK time, we'll start a deadline stream, and we'll potentially go for an hour or so, and just yeah, make panic basically about final news in case there's any more cancellations, because then things might start to become a little bit trickier. But we can deal with this, guys. We can do it. So thank you so much for watching, guys. Hopefully see you tomorrow, and I'll see you later, mates. Bye bye.